We've reached the part of the podcast. We're talking some NASCAR, and who better to come on than Brandon, aka Boston Boy 83 on social media. Brandon, how you doing today, my man?
Good, my dude. How about yourself?
Doing well. Excited about Texas. Looking back at last week from Martinsville, I believe, correct?
Yep.
What did we learn from Martinsville?
That whenever Hendricks has an anniversary of any sort of kind, 3 out of the 4, if not all 4 cars, will consistently run up front. It was like a 40th anniversary or something. You had Byron, Larson, Elliott 1, 2, 3, and then Bowman like 7th. And it seems if you look back historically, any time Hendricks has like a major event or a celebration, they're winning and they're all running up front. Not a conspiracy guy, you know that, but I just find it interesting what they do with that horsepower of those cars to consistently be at the front. There was not as much drama as I expected. Personally, the race was kind of boring. Chase Elliott can't do restarts. We find that out another week. He blew it on the outside.
We're gonna have to start over, dude. My fault. You like cut out right there. All right, let's start over. All right. We have reached the part of the podcast. We're talking some NASCAR, and who better to come on than Brandon, aka Boston Boy 83. Brandon, how you doing today, my man?
Doing good, dude. How about yourself?
Doing well. Martinsville was last week. What did we learn about Martinsville, my man?
Whenever Hendricks has an anniversary, expect all Hendricks cars to run up front. There are 1, 2, 3, and 7. Historically, you look at it, they're consistently up front for any major event. Not a conspiracy guy over here, but whatever they do to those cars in the shop, when it comes to an anniversary, bet Hendricks. So not any drama, no really issues, fights, problems, anything. Kind of a boring race. And once again, we see Chase Elliott not be able to come through on a final restart. So he's got to figure something out with these restarts, or he's not going to get an opportunity to win at the end of a race.
But we have to trust he will. You know what I mean? We have to trust that he's going to get off. But right now, this is kind of a glaring thing. And because of that, is this someone we look to fade this week, you think? Or
no, because he's had 3 top 10s in a row. So back-to-back top 10. So the momentum's there. It's there. I'm grabbing him at 12-1. That is my first pick this week. Historically, he is not good at Texas. He's not. But I'm hoping that he can ride this momentum. I mean, 3 top 10s, that's a good momentum shifter to start going in the right direction.
My first bet is I want Chase Briscoe top 10 plus 260. In 5 career races here, he has 3 top 5s. Last 2 races, 10 and 5th. Coming off a 10th place finish last week at Martinsville. He has the 5th best active finish here amongst active drivers. So I want Chase Briscoe top 10 plus 260 as my first bet. Brandon, what is your next one? Excuse me.
I'm going to piggy these 2 together if you don't mind. So I have an outright winner of Ty Gibbs at 20-1. His 33rd place finish last year is misleading. He was a contender until he got damage on pit road. He has started this season amazing. Consistently running up front, consistently being a contender. So I like Ty Gibbs at 20-1. On top of liking him to win, I will absolutely hammer Ty Gibbs over Bubba Wallace minus 115. Ty Gibbs has run up front all year. Bubba's a mid-pack guy. Did well at Martinsville. But if I had to put these 2 side by side, I'm taking Ty Gibbs all day, and I'm shocked that you're seeing a Ty Gibbs Bubba Wallace head-to-head in the first place.
I like it. My next bet, a head-to-head as well. I'm taking Christopher Bell over Martin Truex. This is one of Truex's worst tracks. His last top 10 here was in October of 2020. In the next-gen car, his finishes are 17th, 31, and 14th. Bell coming off a 4th place finish last race, 2 of the 3 races in the next-gen car, top 10 here. Of the 7 races here, he's always finished 11th or better. 5 of the 7 have been top 7 finishes. So I'm going to take Bell here. I absolutely love Bell over Martin Truex, excuse me.
I like that as well. I'm going to shift into something I don't think I've personally ever done on this show, and I'm going with a group winner. There's a group with Eric Jones, Danny Suarez, Chase Briscoe, and Noah Gragson. Eric Jones to win that group is plus 200. In the last two Texas races, Suarez and Briscoe, no offense to your pick there, Suarez and Briscoe haven't had top 15 speed at all. And Jones is a solid pick for at least a top 10 finish. So I really like Eric Jones at plus 200 in a group winner.
I like that. I like that. Even though maybe Jones can finish 9th and Briscoe 10th.
There we go.
My next one, I'm going to one of Michigan's finest. Give me Brad Keselowski 30-1. And the next gen car, second best career finish here. Last time he didn't finish in the top 10 here, November 3rd, 2019. And the reason he didn't do it is because of an accident. That's why he didn't finish. Last 5 races, 3 top 10s, good form, runs like Kansas. He's done well at Kansas. So I think he's gonna get some success here. I'm gonna take Keselowski at 30-1.
So I will add one last thing in here as a long shot. A top 10 by Noah Gragson at plus 285. He has no track history here at all, but plus top 10 in a Stuart Haas car, who he hasn't done great this season, but he's shown some good performances. Noah Gragson at plus 285. That's a high number. So I'm going to back him. He's right next to Briscoe. So I'm going to back him at Noah Gragson for a top 10.
I like it. I like it. My next one, I'm going Joey Logano at 20-1. In the next gen car, 21st, 2nd, and 4th finishes here. His last 10, 6 career top 10s, all in the top 3. Sneaky good at this track. Been great at intermediate tracks. Last 5 finishes, intermediate tracks, 9th, 8th, 12th, 21st, and 5. Runs good here, runs good at intermediate tracks. I think he's kind of getting overlooked with the success that Byron has had recently. And people forget how good Logano is. They're kind of everyone's going to Reddick, Larson, and Byron, rightfully so. People have just kind of let Logano slip under the cracks. I'll take Logano here 20-1.
I like that. And I will side with this. Some sports books will allow it, some don't have it, or some have it, some don't. Over under lead changes. The lead changes is set to 22.5 lead changes. That's a lot for Texas Motor Speedway. So I'm hammering the under. If your book allows you to do it, or you can find a book, under 22.5 lead changes at Texas.
Okay.
This race, they fan out. This is not a restrictor plate race. They start to fan out. I don't see how in the world you're going to have over 22 lead changes. And a lead change is a different car crossing the finish line in first place. Not taking over first and getting to second before you cross the line. You got to cross the line for it to be a lead change.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
My last one, took one of the favorites. I went with Reddick here, plus 750. Next gen car, the 3 races, 2 top 12 finishes, 1 win, led 106 laps the last 2 races, 4th best average finish at intermediate tracks, last 10 intermediate track races, 7 top 10s, 5 top 5s, 1 win. Look, I know everyone's going to say Larson or Byron, which I get, I understand, but I kind of think Reddick at his track history and his history running at intermediate tracks is again overlooked. So my last bet is Reddick plus 750.
And I will back you on that bet because I did an iRace last night at Texas. And once tire wear gets in, you're going to be moving back up to the track and hitting that 3rd groove, which is against the wall. And who loves the wall more than anybody? Tyler Reddick. So if they do have these long green flag runs, that is going to be the guy to watch out for to chase somebody down up on the wall.
Hopefully our boy Reddick can get it done. Brandon, I'd like to thank you for coming on, talking some NASCAR. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, my friend, and when your next IRA race is going to be?
Boston Boy 83, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. Next race is Tuesday. I may not be available for it. I will probably be in Nashville, Tennessee. Not throwing any chairs off the roof like Morgan Wallen, but I got to go up there for some business for at least Monday, possibly Tuesday. So I'll send you the link if I can make the race. If not, then you won't see the link. So
make sure to give my boy Brandon a follow, and we'll be back next week, my friend.